If you listen to drum and bass, you will notice every song is structured very similar. So you kind of have either 16, 32, or 48 bar build up, and then you'd probably have a drop for 16 or 32 bars, and then again something will change 16 bars later or 32 bars, and then go back into a breakdown and build back up. So it's quite repetitive, and I'll kind of just talk you through the sections by showing you maybe just like the drums and then kind of just some processing around that. So on the drop, the drums are quite straight, and what I mean by that is the percussive elements are quite tight, whereas 16 bars later they become a bit looser and more, they fill out the top end a lot more. So I'll play it through 16 bars, and then you'll hear the next change. So essentially there, after 16 bars, I just added in a few more percussive layers in the top end of the track, and then also some other kind of interesting percussive rhythms, just to kind of keep it interesting. Every 16 bars something changes, like, you know, the bass, or maybe you add in a different vocal part. So I'll kind of walk you through some of the bass sounds and how we got there. So the sub bass is pretty simple. It's just using an instant of serum. It's a saw wave that's been filtered off and then processed and kind of really distorted. So I'll show you what it sounds like without any processing. And it doesn't sound too good. What I'm doing is I've got two voices on the sawtooth, and I'm detuning them against each other. So I can kind of visually show you part of this. So if you were to look in the oscilloscope here, essentially you're getting a line right down the middle. So what that is that's your mono signal, so you're getting nothing on the sides. As soon as I add a second voice, they're basically phasing in and out, so you get some movement, so which you'll be able to see here on the bottom right corner. So it's not a straight line anymore, it's kind of going all over the show. And that's essentially how we get the wobble in this sub bass. What I'm then doing is saturating a few different bits, using like a plugin like FabFilter Satin, which is a multi-band saturator. You can dial in on certain frequency bands, process them or saturate them differently to bring out different harmonics. So what this sounds like now, after a bit of processing and kind of really being pushed, is a bit more clean, is probably what I'd say. So you are hearing some side chaining. So again, with drum and bass, basically you need to make room for the drums. Very, very crucial element. They kind of hold pretty much all the energy as such. So you really want everything else to duck out of the way. So you can kind of see these chops in between, where it kind of chops in and out, these lines here. So what that's doing is just making space for the drums. So now if I add the drums in, they really punch through. And you can see here, it's basically where these transients are. They're cutting in between the sub. With drum and bass, your main elements are the bass and the drums. So you really want them to be sharp and crisp and really push through.